do. Dun, dun. Hey, Frost. Hello. Pop goes. Doing alright. Just getting back into the swing of working on secrets. Thinking of experimenting more with some video ideas. But I'm also thinking of streaming less, like maybe either streaming only at night or streaming once a week, just so I can get more stuff done. Aw, that does sound good. So yeah, I might stream a little less just so I can get more done. Seems a lot of people really like the pyrocynical short that I did. I mean, it wasn't like anything amazing, but so it got surprising amount of attention. At least, well, surprising for me, for where my numbers usually are. Hello, hello. Yeah, hopefully you can get a brownie tomorrow. But yeah, like I was thinking of doing like either animatics or like just like a more visual novel or visual comic video thing. Kind of similar to how Ridiculous Cake made theirs. That's the only example I can think of, or even the comic dubs that people do on YouTube. So I was thinking of doing something like that, only minus the voice acting because I don't have that. But yeah, so I might experiment more and see what works and what doesn't. But the pyro thing wasn't as bad as I thought to work on it, because all it really did was just boil down to working on individual pieces for the character, and just have to work within the limits. Like I probably could have did more, but I was mostly just testing the waters. And now it's just kind of up in the air on if I'll do that again with other characters or if I'll do something that fits more my way of doing things. With the streaming, it's just either gonna be, you know, only stream at night, like this time, the time that I'm streaming right now, but just and do that like, you know, Monday through Thursday like I usually am, or just stream once a week, so that way I have more time to work on other stuff. I honestly didn't use any features to move the arm. I just broke the arm into 3 different pieces and just moved them all individually based on where I wanted it to be. So I didn't even use anything special. It was just move them in keyframe. That's all it was. I would like to do something a little bit more advanced than that, and I know how. It's just I would have to plan it out more on how to do it. And worst case scenario is just like I make different objects to animate what I want, which isn't a problem. It's just more work and more time. That's all it is. But it wasn't a bad test run. Like I learned some stuff, and not all of it was new to me exactly, because some of it was stuff I went to school for, but I haven't animated anything in like almost 20 fucking years. So it was a lot of like refresher stuff. Okay, 20 years might be a bit of exaggeration, but it's it'll be 50. It's 15 years already, so it's getting there. But still, like just a lot of stuff that I need to think about if I'm going to do something like that again, or do something different, like, you know, animate normally, like, you know, hand drawn, frame by frame stuff. Yeah, like all it does is it just looks similar to Flash animation the way I did it. So not super advanced or anything. And then as for the character head, it just boiled down to placement and making sure it was where it needed to be, and just swap out the heads when I needed it to open his mouth and all that. But again, nothing complicated. I would like to do more advanced stuff, but I have to see what I'm able to do, or see if it like fits the style that I'm looking for. Like if I do something like that again, I would love to do it in the way that Brown Dust 2 does their animations. Oh, you did. I'll have to look at those later. If she was a Tor, I would just make her more bird-like. Like, I'm not gonna go outside of her species. The only reason why I did it for Apple Cider was because she's not an animal normal, or a bestial normally. She's a deity. And unless they're like a Minotaur type character or something, I'm most likely gonna try to keep it within the more realistic range. Unless they're like, you know, mixed species or something. But if I'm also sticking with monsters and all that, then I might just stick to the whole mythological stuff. And technically, all of the fruit casts can change forms. Like, the forms that they're in are not their original forms. They can technically manipulate it. So, like, Apple Cider doesn't have to be a Tor if she doesn't want to. Need this up. Ta-da. Twist heroes as if going from like villains to heroes type of thing. Yeah, there are plenty. I just haven't shown them because I haven't been working on their stories at the moment. Like, again, a lot of the stuff we're focused on, they're like low bar villains. Especially in the current, like, IHAT and Black Circus. Well, yeah, even Black Circus. IHAT and Black Circus have low ball villain, air quotes, villain characters. Like, they're villains in the context of their stories. If you really think about the overall view of where they would be in like World Gates and stuff like that, like the overall storylines, they're barely anything. Like Skylar is a villain, but compared to all the other villains, he's not even like he's barely a drop of water in the ocean. most of the major villains could kill him easily. He's a very low tier. Speaking of which, did I give Kiwi the correct labeling? Because I did not think about that. I believe I did. Yes. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. This will probably be a shorter stream today. Just because I would like to get more done, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel as the night progresses. But yeah, I'm just thinking of streaming less, just so I can get more done. Especially if I'm gonna work on more video related stuff. That's gonna soak up a lot of time. Like, I can probably stream myself working on the art part of it, but if I do anything like risque or have to use like more technical stuff that would eat up my RAM and stuff like that, I'd have to not stream during those times. Or even memory, like whatever that puts hardship on my computer. I haven't really thought about it because I haven't streamed myself doing it, so I don't know what would happen if I did. But I don't want it to like interfere with the rendering and stuff like that. But yeah, I think making more video related stuff that has to do with my characters and story and lore, if I can, would be better than just me live streaming all the time. But I still want to live stream, like that's why I don't want to like just say I'm gonna stop live streaming. So I'm thinking of either doing it the at night only, like the once a day at night thing, or just do it once a week as more of a like a weekly recap or follow up or something. I was like, oh, you know, here's the weekly stream. Let's see what everyone's been up to all week or something. And you know, just kind of like chill days and still like draw and whatever. But ultimately, I just want to get more done. Secrets. No, that is like the royalty picture I drew of Joanne was just for fun. Like, it's not tied to anything. The secrets version of Joanne, I don't plan on doing any more AU stuff for a good while, because it doesn't help, honestly. It doesn't progress the mainline lore at all. It's just more what if scenarios. Sure, can I draw them every once in a while? Why not? But I don't want to heavily focus on stuff like that, especially if it doesn't lead to anything. Like the Fat Blake storyline was more of a on a whim situation because of the voting situation that happened at the time. So that was a special case, which is why it's marked as a special episode. It's not normally. It wasn't like the original idea. It just kind of happened that way. If I do make more alternate universes or what if scenarios and all that, it'd have to be some like Probably an art set or something, like just something short and simple. Just to be like, oh hey, here's this character, except that they're a man or they're a robot or something, and then that's it. And make some art sets based on it, and then that's it. Well, the outfits are irrelevant. I can draw the character in whatever the hell I want them to wear, and it doesn't have to equal an alternate version. It's just the character in a different presentation or form, and that's kind of it. So like I could draw Joanne as a robot or something if I felt like it. Like I did that with Marcy and Blake already. I drew them as robots. Speaking of which, I need to upload the other stuff on Patreon later. Gotta remind myself to do that. I need to view your other arm. Thank you. It's a lot lower, so I won't draw it. The only brownie I could think place that has brownies that I can think of where I live is 7-Eleven. Ooh, Oreo brownie frosty? That sounds good. I miss Foster's, the ice cream place. That was such a good ice cream parlor. They don't have it anymore up here. Then again, I have no idea where they still have one. I think the next best thing is somewhere like Cold Stone or Baskin Robbins. Higher up. Haven't heard of that place. Oh, gas station. I mean, sometimes gas stations have the best shit too. Like, so every once in a while, I would get a rib sandwich from AM PM, and they're really good. At least from the ones that I've gone to, they were really good. So sometimes you'll find hidden gems at places like that. Like, it's good, it's cheap. And that's when I noticed I forgot to color something, but I'll color it later. God damn it. I'll fix it later when I upload this one. This should probably be higher up, like over here or something. We'll figure it out when we get there. Actually, this would be slimmer based on the angle. And the belly would definitely be higher up. Hello there. Seriously, Sonic Shuffle music is like a fever dream. Which is ironic because it takes place in dreams. Hello, hello.
And these should be thicker.
Oh yes, it's hitting her like a truck. Truck full of cake. Lots and lots of cake. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'm thinking of streaming less so I can get more stuff done. And also, I want to do more video-related stuff again. Maybe not like what I did with the Pyro short practice thing, but more like the comic stuff I was showing with Ridiculous Kate. If I had shown that example before on a previous stream. If not, then I can just find it real quick and post it again. So, let me just look it up real quick. It's one of these. Dun 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 dun. No. Where is it? Might be on the second channel. Yeah, it's on the second channel. Videos. Where are you? God damn it, where is it? Did I miss it? I guess I missed it. Must have been on the first channel after all. Ah, here it is. Pause. Copy. So yeah. I know. It's mostly just because I want to get other things done. But I don't want to like completely stop streaming, so I'm thinking of either just streaming at night, like at this time, each night, Monday through Thursday, or just pick one day to stream and have that be like a weekly check-in thing or something, like, you know, just to see how everyone is and hang out for a little bit. And who is that? Why did I get a sudden thing? What happened? Inflatable. Okay, I don't know if it's inflatable well or inflatable X well. I'm gonna go with X well just because the X is capitalized. Thank you for subscribing. But yeah, I'm thinking of just streaming like once a day instead of twice, so that way I can get more done. And if not that, then just once a week, so that way I have more time to work on stuff like this. Especially when it gets into the risque stuff, and because I wouldn't be able to stream it, and I don't want to like waste time drawing other things when I don't need to. For if it's like a stream and all that, but right now I'm thinking of streaming just once a night or once a day, Monday through Thursdays. It's mostly just me worrying about, you know, not wanting to waste time whenever I can't work on certain stuff during streams. So it's mostly just that. And people seem to like the whole video thing, so maybe I'll do like comic related stuff in the form of a video. That way I can have a little bit of sound effects every once in a while. Because there is one of Jam and Plum that I wanted to do. So I might experiment with that next. I have no idea what the back part of your legs look. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Good job, me. Anyway. But yeah, overall goal is to get more stuff put out. And then have fun with some video related things. Some of this we're not even gonna see. Not gonna see that, so might as well erase it for now. Marcy would be like a cat where you're trying to eat something and they keep coming over trying to grab some. And you're like, no. If I ever get a pet cat, I'm just gonna name it Marcy for obvious reasons. Watch me try not to overfeed it and somehow it becomes a fat cat. Yep, cats will do whatever the fuck they want. Like, you little shit. I should do a skit where Skylar puts something on a table in front of Marcy, and she's like, "Why'd you do that?" And he's like, "No reason," and he just wants to see if she'll knock it off. Just random cat shenanigans. Oh yeah, that would suck. She would explode if she had done that, or if it worked that way. Oh yes. Yeah, not only does Marcy get in, she actually gets in without destroying the box. And Skylar's like, how the hell? Skylar's just like amazed. He's like, no fucking way. Or it'd be even funnier where the kids are playing in the box and she wants to do it, and they're like, "No, mom, you're gonna break it," and then she gets in and nothing, and she doesn't break it, and they're like, they're just like super amazed. And even Skylar is like, "What?" I know, right? I was thinking of having Hexiva show up to claim the collar, but I think it's just better if the collar vanishes with Hexiva recalling it, because she's already done with her witch fight and she realizes that her collar is missing. So she just snaps her fingers to make it come back to her because she's already enchanted it or whatever. Because there's no reason for her to seek out Caitlyn or even be cruel to her, because she has nothing against Caitlyn. Sure, she could be a bitch to Caitlyn if she were to interact with her again and just be like, oh, so this is what you were doing with the collar, and then Caitlyn could try to bargain with her, and Hexiva could just flat out just tell her no with a big grin on her face just to see Caitlyn go through this. But I think it's better if Hexiva doesn't even bother talking to Caitlyn, she just wants the collar back. Marcy am liquid. Bunnies do the same shit too. They can just squeeze in the tight spaces. Yes, the fattening has begun. Oh, I should watch Akute Hunger Force again. I mostly want to show her backside, but logically we wouldn't see too much of it. I do want to make her chin bigger, since her face is getting fatter. this bigger. Straighten this a bit. Blake was like, oh yeah, you know Blake would want her tummy fixed or something after being away from Marcy for so long. Blake would be like, "Damn, Marcy, you got huge." Whenever they reunite. But then be like, "Ah, it looks nice on you." Well, she'll definitely say Marcy looks hotter. He's like, "Oh yeah, you look much better." And then knowing Blake, you know she'll make comments about Marcy's tits. Be like, "Damn, you got jumbo titties." And I could see Marcy going like, "Huh, Skylar said the same thing." Big titty kitty. And before this is completely gone, let me just get this mapped out. Blake would be like, "Nah, I know a couple people who would love to pay good money for this." And she's like, "Blake, don't you dare!" And then Blake would be like, "What? I'll cut you in half, or I'll cut you half." I'm like, what? Why not? Not in half. Like, I'll cut you in. But I can see Marcy being like, "How much are we talking?" Like, she'll pause for a moment and be like, "Alright, how much are we talking?" You know damn well that Alara would probably ask Blake something similar in the future. Where Alara's like, "Blake, how can I make some quick money?" And Blake looks at her and goes like, "How old are you?" Before I answer your question. She's like, "How old are you again?" I want to make sure your mom doesn't get pissed. Well, actually, she'd be like, "Your mom's gonna get pissed either way. But let's make sure this is legal." For only cats. Right. I definitely should show the less shady adult film content in their world at some point. Like, all right, here's the less shady companies. Not like the ones that Joanne is going to work at. No, it'd be even worse if it was Alara that was taking pics of her mom and selling the photos. And like nothing like super lewd, but just enough to show off her figure. And she just sells it to horny boys at school. And maybe she like, well, I mean, there'd be no point trying to obscure Marcy's face if they happen to see her around Alara, so they kind of put two and two together at that point. I don't think she would ever do it though, realistically, because she definitely doesn't need guys following her home or showing up at her house. But I could definitely see Alara doing something similar, like instead of her mom, she just looks around town for fat women. And she's like, where could I find bigger women? And then she's like, huh. And then she goes to her dad's store or restaurant and just kind of hangs out until she finds good targets.
Focus in a little bit more.
That'd be cute. Have Alara just taking a nap in the laundry. And even if the Yo Mama jokes were used on her, she would just shrug and be like, yeah, and? Like, she wouldn't even care. That's cute. Just draw a baby deer taking a nap in the laundry. I need a view of your arm. Why are you in a position where I can't see your arm? Thank you, Jesus. He's like, got nobody to blame but yourself, Viro. I'm like, I know. I drew it. It's my problem. It's like, yeah, stupid. Why didn't you draw it better? Or draw her in a different position. What about my baby pig? Oh no, you're good. I know, that's like the only thing I can't complain about. It's like, why is it like this? I'm like, because you drew it that way, stupid. It's like, I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
It's probably a little bit less.
Last report. Huh, I'll have to check that out. Sounds interesting. Reminds me of that one game, Firewatch.
Oh yeah, she had spots on her back, didn't she? Make her hair a little longer. Or just more filled out.
Who megger themselves? I don't know what that means.
Okay, I think we're good on that panel.
YouTube blocked the comment? I can easily imagine that bestials aren't too bothered by... Wait, it wouldn't let you say adult? Or it could have been sex. I would say it pretty much just functions like normal, like... You're always gonna have some that are prudes regardless of if they're a bestial or not. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty normal. Let's make it belly right now. But yeah, I'm sure there's some bestial that just be like, oh my god, like put those away, and they'd be like a cow with their udders out or something. Like not the main top breast, but just like, you know, the typical cow udders, and get offended over that nonsense. It could vary per location too. Like even if they're in areas with nudity, there's still gonna be someone who's gonna be a prude over shit like that. Meteor themselves? I don't know the context. Like your question is too vague. I guess not. I don't know what you said. Hold on, maybe it showed up on this thing. No, I don't see it. Right. Back in my day, we let it all hang out free and easy. We'd be doing it in the streets, no one batting an eye. Yeah, like the times and the areas likely were a big factor in the earlier days before things became more recovered after the world got reshaped and all that. So I could see like bestials and even havens just kind of like doing whatever for a good period of time before certain people tried to reestablish order. It's like, everyone, we are not animals, and then look at the bestials and go like, no offense, and some of them are like, none taken. Flat Friday memes? No, I have not seen them. These strings being stressed out. Who meter themselves first? You mean like who would weigh themselves? Is that what you're asking? Let's make this a little bit more obvious. Gators becoming pancake. Well, probably Marcy, since she doesn't have any shame. If we're talking Fat Blake probably wouldn't care either. If we're talking normal Blake, she probably wouldn't entertain the idea that she's put on any weight, and probably wouldn't weigh herself in front of Marcy or anyone relevant. Smush these more. No shame. Well, at that point, she wouldn't like be too worried about putting on any weight at this point. If we're talking like early days of her being over 200 pounds, she'll probably be a little reluctant to glance at the scale out of sheer anxiety of how big she's become. But obviously, after years of being with Skylar, she probably wouldn't care too much. Rest in peace, that top right. This is not going to last much longer. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the chocolate on her face. Marcel's like the one that you don't expect to do anything entertaining or interesting. Meanwhile, when she's doing her job, she's like fighting monsters and stuff like that, doing ridiculous like acrobatics or whatever the hell she ends up doing. And then when she goes home, they're like, "Oh, you know, how's being a ranger and all?" And she's like, "Oh, that's okay." It's like, you know, just watching to see if anyone's in trouble, making sure no one has unauthorized fires. Like, it just cuts to like a scenario where she has like a broken arm and she just like pulls out a knife with her mouth and kills somebody with just her mouth, with her mouth holding a knife. Unless she just uses her jaws and gets all like really freaking gory about it. Or like some poachers or whatever people that show up in the area, like she gets shot, but then she like pulls out the bullet through herself through the wound, and just spits out the bullet. Just like does it manually, doesn't give a fuck. Like she just becomes like a badass. Oh yeah, I can see Crystal like watching her, like just spies on her every once in a while just to see what she's doing, and then she just comes across a scenario where she's like where Marcel's just a total badass and Crystal's just like super like surprised and proud at the same time. She's like, "Oh, did not expect to see that." Yeah, I can see Marcy kind of being a little more overprotective of Alara. Just because Alara is not, what's the best way to phrase it, as active in terms of career finding. I mean, hell, I still get that from my own family because they don't know what I do all day, or don't think this art stuff's gonna pan out. And I'm like, oh yeah, thanks for the reassurance. Hell, it took me years just to get my mom to see that I could make some money from drawing. Took forever to show her that. But I understand, it's just one of those things where most people go for the stereotypical jobs and see that as like the standard for something sustainable. Or at least that was the case. I don't know about now. Jesus, why is everything getting redacted all of a sudden? Why did that one get redacted? Does your mom did you delete it yourself? Yeah, she knows I draw. She occasionally looks at my streams. Not all the time, but she just gets curious to see what I'm drawing. Okay. I thought YouTube deleted it. Wasn't sure. Yeah. Like, despite Alara, you know, kind of being the rebellious type, she does get along with Marcy very well. Especially when they have their mother-daughter moments and just, you know, chill. Like, I could see a moment where they're like hanging out in like the city, and Alara sees like, I don't know, like a really cool jacket, but you have to win like an eating contest, and then Marcy's like, was like, "Do you want the jacket?" And she's like, "I mean, yeah." And then Marcy enters the contest and wins. Of course, she can't wear it, but she gives it to Alara, the jacket. She wins the jacket. So that'd be a fun moment. And then I'll just have Alara always wearing the jacket from that point on. Maybe that'll be something I do in the future. Not sure if I'll do it as a comic or as like a video thing or something. The only issue would be boiling down to timeline, like what happens when type of thing. Unless I just make the videos just random moments in time, so they don't have to follow any time frame. Thanks. I have no idea if Pyro actually liked it, but he did comment on it. So, that's a thing that happened. I can only assume he liked it, because if he didn't like it, he could just ask me to take it down or something. Which I'm fine with if he asks. But, I can only assume that he liked it. Oh, his persona is all over the internet. I just don't know any lore about it. Because everything I found was, like, obviously done by other people, but I don't know, like, what is canon and what isn't, so I just did something basic. Yeah, I can see that with Alara. Yeah, griffins are cool. Especially the different versions you can see them as. I like the griffin that Murloc turns into from the DuckTales movie. I always like that one. The way it's designed. I don't rate anything. Because everything's subjective and I'd rather not put anything on a rating scale. Especially since I only vaguely remember your character, assuming I think I've seen it, yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing it. But yeah, I'm not gonna rate that. Especially since if it's done by other artists, then it's kind of hard for me to judge it fairly. Okay, with that, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. I'm gonna have this be a short stream. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put it into practice that I'm gonna stream at night and just see how that fares. And we'll just try for the rest of this week. So maybe like tomorrow and well, tomorrow and Thursday would be the last 2 days. But we'll see how I feel tomorrow when I stream at night, which will probably be similar to tonight. If I feel that I should just stream once a week, and then the rest of my time should be spent, working on secrets and other stuff, then that'll be the focus because I just want to get more out. But I do want to work on more video projects. So if I could do something short and simple, or yeah, short and simple, like comic-based stuff, and just put it in video form for like small skits or something, then yeah, I can do that. So like for example, okay, now I do see you hopping. God damn it. So hold on a moment. I need to fix you, Becky. So I don't think I didn't see that. Becky, there you are. You little shit. Just a little bit lower. That should be enough, I think. I think it only happens if I like really emote. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone. It probably isn't as bad as I assume. Anyway, like one example I was thinking of was like Marcy having like a snack of eclairs and stuff and something like that, and just like eating them. Yamoto once, it was terrible. like Skylar just doing something that's probably getting him getting frustrated about something. God damn it! And I see the fucking skip. Okay, now it's really bothering me. Ugh. Sorry. I'm like getting distracted by this. Move her down a bit. Okay, should be fine. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Skylar gets frustrated about something. Maybe he's like out of ideas to make something cool for his restaurant. And so to inspire him, could have Marcy, walk in front of him with like a whole bunch of eclairs that they had around, which is already questionable because it's like, would Marcy really leave that around? Anyway, but let's just say that there were eclairs or whatever just laying around or in the fridge or something. Marcy gets in front of Skylar and just slowly downs them in front of him, making it look all cute and sexy, and that just gets Skylar all riled up and inspired. Probably bangs her afterwards, but still, or before he makes his next dish. But yeah, just something like that. So like, can make like two versions. Can make like one that's shown on YouTube, and then if they do get hot and bothered, then the rest is on Patreon. So can do something like that, or whatever else comes to mind. So yeah, just floating ideas. But yeah, I would definitely like to do more video related stuff, and I do want to practice animation stuff. Similar to like Brown Dust 2 or more straightforward frame by frame animation stuff. But yeah, just throwing it out there of what I'm thinking of doing. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming. I will stream again tomorrow night. We'll see how this week goes with streaming stuff, and then we'll do something more concrete next week. But yeah, you guys have a good day, night, or whatever time frame you're in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right.